So yeah, congratulations on no party members dying. So that's good news.
No, John, there's... Oh, never mind. You just said I came back.
Yep. So yeah, congratulations. That's good news. My apologies to Sparky, who is unconscious and not going to be able to plan with the party right now. Whatever. Never mind. I take it back. And you guys will find Nefarious' corpse. Anywho. JK. JK. I see it. It kind of looks like a ox or something. It's crazy.
It looks like a buff fucking ox.
Yeah. So, the rest of you guys, though, a lot of you get away. So I made my note here of who is where. Nefarious, Hammer, Varen, and Freak. You guys have no idea where they are. It seems as if the mage, the druid, the cleric, and the leader there, May, all are alive as well. And with the group that escaped here, we have Dalton, Vethmil, Sildiel, and Roxana, as well as 2 NPCs, Spike and Shark. So at least, Sparky, you do get to play Shark, your NPC, while your actual character is God knows where. So, as you guys take off and disperse, you regroup roughly an hour or so later, I'll say.
Well, that went well.
Oh,
I'm beginning to think we're in the wrong profession.
I just want to find my son Timothy and get done with this business.
I think we need to find out if they're still alive first.
Who,
Did
my
any of you
son
guys
Timothy?
notice? No, fuck Timothy right now, Grandma. Come on.
I mean, if you want to
Focus.
fucking, well, we can set that up when we find him.
Focus. We need to go. We need to check camp. See if there's anybody left alive. Get what we can and then make a plan. We'll have to try to track them. When I stabbed the druid, I heard her say before I downed her, she said don't barbecue him, so they were trying to take prisoners. I made the best decision that I could with what I had.
I mean, is there, like, a lead at least?
We go back to camp, quietly. We look around, we look for tracks, we track them. Many of you know what the symbol on that one's armor was. It had a rook on it.
Yeah, it had a rook on it.
Any of you know what that is?
Could I roll history on this?
Let me see here. Roxana and Dalton, both of you can make a history check as you're both human.
It's cat.
Cool.
Yeah, Dalton, you don't really know. Roxana, this is definitely... You're not exactly who this would belong to, but this is definitely like a family crest of some sort of noble family. But with a 20, you're not exactly certain what family it is. Of course, I did let you see her name, so you probably have a pretty good idea. But yeah,
well,
definitely.
She told us her name too.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you would assume it would to be like the Iron Ridge family crest, and this is definitely some sort of noble design. Yeah.
I fucking hate nobles.
Yeah.
They took Freak, so we have to go get them back.
Maybe we can reason with them.
No, they wouldn't. Well, to be fair, Nefarious probably would leave us there, but we're not Nefarious.
He'd probably get too mouthy and they'd punch him in the face or something.
Well, if anybody was to get captured, because I assume we're at the camp now, correct? Or did we go back to the camp?
You said you were going back to camp, so I'll tell you what you find when you get there. I'm assuming you're headed in that direction, though.
Heading that way right now.
Yeah.
Be very careful on our way back. With our eyes peeled and try not to be seen, so I'm gonna roll stealth.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll stealth for everybody and perception checks if you're trying to keep your eyes open.
Oh wow, I rolled decent stealth. And perception. I'm not very perceptive.
Me
Dropped a
either.
natural
Which is what
20.
I'm proficient in, but I rolled better on stealth.
Clank, clank,
Still,
clank,
I will
clank,
say,
clank.
I mean, taking the group DC plus 11 isn't terrible. Taking your group DC on the stealth, you guys are fine. As far as the perception, you know, some of you are definitely doing better than others in that category. I will say,
Old lady there.
I will say, Roxana, being very in tune with the nature, you keep a pretty good eye and ear out to what's going on around you. There doesn't seem to be anybody following you or anything along those lines. You guys feel fairly safe, and you feel like the party overall has done a pretty good job of remaining hidden anyway as you kind of press back towards camp. You know, about 20 or so minutes go by as you discuss a little bit amongst yourselves and make your way back to camp, which you do successfully make it back. So let me go ahead and just pull map back up here again real quick. I'll put those of you who are here on it. 1 second.
Yeah, at least some of our followers made it up.
Alright, so when you come back to camp, the scene you find, all of your belongings, anything that you had left here, any bed rolls or anything like that, the boar from the night before, the carts that you guys had stolen, and any extra supplies that are not currently on your person have all been combined right onto this main fire and set ablaze. The fire's pretty large at this point. It's been, you know, an hour and a half or so since you've last been here, and it's still going. You have a pretty good indication that anything in that fire is completely unsalvageable at this point. You do also see over in this area 4 freshly dug graves, each one with a holy symbol at the front of them. It's a holy symbol depicting... Let me double check here real quick. Holy symbol depicting a ray of sunlight.
Check around, make sure there's nobody here watching us to dig up the graves and identify the bodies.
I'm going to grab as many branches and sticks as I can.
One more time, Grady, because I heard something about dicks.
Branches and sticks.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Super sorry. Okay, go ahead and just make a quick nature check.
Oh, God.
Dalton, you can make a perception check real quick if you were looking around to see if there's anybody around. Yeah, I mean, you have a hard time finding a whole lot around. You have a armful of, you know, little twigs, though.
I'm gonna try and
Dalton,
dig up.
you feel very certain that there's nobody other than your party here.
We're safe for the moment. We need to check those graves, see if there's any markers. If not, dig them up and see who's in the ground.
There are no
over
markers.
the
They each just have one of those holy symbols of a ray of sunlight.
I'm gonna start digging up the first one.
Okay. As the two of you dig up the graves, go ahead and just both of you make just athletics checks real quick. Vethmil, what is it you were doing with your twigs?
Well, I need more, so I'm gonna wait until someone can help me.
Okay.
I can help you with
I
things
mean-
if you would like.
I need, like, big sticks.
I'm not great at it, but I can help you.
The branches, most likely.
I'll say it's going to take you the amount of time, with the two of you working together, it'll take you then the amount of time, since you rolled so damn low, that it takes them to dig up these graves. By that point, you'll have what you want, okay? Cool. Is there anything that Shark wants to be doing in this time? Because I don't want to leave you out, Sparky.
I mean, Shark will help dig the graves.
Okay. Alright. As you guys dig the
Can I roll an
graves...
athletics check?
Spike would be digging up one by
And
himself.
if so, what would that be?
athletics is strength-based, so it would be just strength.
So it'd be flat.
Whichever one is the widest is going to be the one that he's digging up because he wants to like smack Pig in the face one last.
Okay, do you want him to let him go ahead and make a strength check?
Poor Pig. He tried his best.
All I'm trying to do is identify the bodies, Billy. God dang it. Not trying to deface them.
Oh, I'll do it then. Oh, there it is.
It's +5 with him, not +3.
Oh yeah, if you for some reason I don't know why you can't click the skill on the character sheet. That's really annoying. Because yeah, it does. He does have a +5 to it. Cool. So yeah, I mean that's a 19 total. Yeah, so he tries to pick out one, and he successfully picks out the one that is Pig's. As he digs up Pig's corpse, you see one more time. Poor Pig, my favorite. I'm so sad that he's dead.
I liked Pig.
He was my favorite.
He was a good waste of
So
space.
you dig up Pig, and you see him buried there in his soiled priest vestments, with his flask, his holy symbol around his neck, and he normally held another symbol around his neck, the logo of the gang, which you guys still haven't named the gang. We should really get a name for it. But the logo of the Black Wings, dipped in blood. That symbol is not to be found on his person.
He is going to take the... Spike's going to take the flask because it probably has alcohol in it.
There's a little bit in there still, yeah.
He takes a sip and
Ew.
lets out a little tear. Because he kind of liked Pig.
I mean, yeah, as obnoxious as he could have been, this was probably his drinking buddy, right? Like, they probably got really thirsty at the same time, which was always.
Oh, would you look at that? It's Fear 30.
Yeah, exactly. So it is a little sad, even though he's probably okay with the complete drunken slob to be gone. As you guys dig up the rest of these corpses, the rest of these graves, you see one of them is the rogue, who was buried there that you guys had killed. Her arms were crossed, and there were a couple of copper coins placed over her eyelids. Not how Pig was found. He was just found thrown in there. You dig up the next one, and you find the other one that you guys had killed, the dwarf barbarian. He, as well, arms were crossed, couple of copper pieces on the eyes. I will say they had their gear with them as well. So the barbarian, he had 2 hand axes and a battle axe. Sorry, not a battle axe, a great axe, rather. And the rogue had a short bow, a dagger, and a short sword, as well as regular leather armor. That fits a halfling, though, so unfortunately, Dalton, if you were looking to swap, it's not really gonna fit you.
I understand.
Yeah, that's too bad. If it was magical,
like
it
to
would
see
just
him try and
move.
fit into
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. The last grave there, then, was the final party member who died, Mystic. He is laid in there nicely, like Pig was, but not in any certain way. You guys would remember he had on his left forearm a tattoo of the gang symbol, the black wings dipped in blood. His left arm is missing.
Yeah, they cut it off.
That's
Oh
fucking
my
rude.
god, they disarmed him.
That is rude.
No, they're taking the symbol.
It's
to
cut
the
off
double
at the
y'all.
elbow. Like they didn't take any more than they needed, but they cut it off at the elbow.
Shark is gonna take Pig's holy symbol that they left him with and wrap it around her spear.
It's the holy symbol of his god was Damneva. The holy symbol is a set of like theater masks next to each other.
Okay.
Okay, then. Well, they clearly burned the carts, and they took our horses, and they burned the rest of our stuff. So, this is what I will suggest 2 things. We can either take what we have and rebuild and say, fuck them, or we can go into town at night, see if they're there. If they are, burn some of their buildings down to the ground and form a rescue.
I don't think that's such a good idea.
I am for the second option.
As Dalton says that, I will so what I was doing with the sticks is I was gonna send up a little tinder right here, and then I was gonna throw one of the branches in the fire and wait for it to catch on fire, and then I'm gonna burn down this forest.
Okay.
Oh shit! No, what the fuck are you doing?
Stop that right now.
But I was
man.
gonna wait until he gets a track on them.
You don't
Okay.
need to burn the whole forest down.
They stole shit from me. They tried to steal our boar. I'm gonna make sure they can't get any more boar.
Well,
I don't
it's
give a
not
fuck
the-
if it was actually the hobgoblins. They started this shit.
Yes, but it's not.
I will
Oh my
agree
God.
with Festival.
Listen. The whole forest is teeming with life that doesn't deserve that fate.
That sucks.
Now, yes, it does. And if you burn this place down, we have nowhere to hide.
Could go somewhere else.
Oh, jeez Louise.
We don't have shit here anymore. We gotta go
No.
somewhere else anyway.
But the trees are a good place to hide.
Find another forest.
Oh my God, you're very.
There
very
isn't one anywhere close, mister.
I mean,
Honestly,
there's
perhaps we should.
there's
kill
plenty of
something
wooded
and eat it.
areas.
Kill something and eat it first before we burn it to the ground. Because I'm
Don't
hungry.
make me make water around you, mister.
I mean, I'm burning this shit down. Just,
I'm gonna use
we're not
create.
gonna come back here. It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna
We're
use.
literally outlaws, guys.
I'm using create water and dousing out his fire.
Alright, then
Well,
I will
first
leave.
of all,
I mean, that would work.
First
I'm
of
leaving
all,
now.
we need. Oh, fuck him. Anyway. Well, one down. Anybody else?
I mean, we gotta get him back.
I need to get my friend back, so.
Well, let's take a look at the tracks, see where they went.
I am
Please
also
don't burn
burning
a
down
forest
their buildings.
down.
Let's burn their
I put the
buildings
fire
down.
out.
We could burn the town if we have to. I don't care, but
Let's do
we
it.
may need a. There's food here. There's timber. There's things we can use. Let me see if I can pick up the trail.
Make a survival check.
Just gotta read my
Um,
skills real quick.
I believe you would have advantage because you're tracking
I do.
humanoids.
Tracking humans, yeah. Or humanoids. So, good God. I know we're bandits, but we're not complete heathens. Well, at least I'm not. I don't know about Grady's character. So I'm
Brady
like, I
is
don't-
chaotic neutral all the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also chaotic neutral. So.
Nice. Okay.
24.
With the 24, I mean, you're able to pretty well lay out this scene here. Like, if you remember from, like, in the Two Towers, when Aragorn is just like, oh, a hobbit lay here, and here the other, and is somehow able to deduce that, like, this is exactly what happened, which is a little ridiculous, but that's basically what you're doing. As you're able to be like, oh, so... this one stabilized this person and then went over and stabilized this, and they first made sure that their party was okay and then made sure that our people were okay for some reason, and then they bound the hands together of all of our party that was still alive, and then they dug these graves, and it seems like they took some time here and put everyone to rest. They, for some reason, cared to bury even Pig and Mystic. Then they started this fire, and then they took off in this direction, heading actually down. I'll pull up this map here.
I just pulled up the Outlaws 1 map. So I figured-
Heading down this trail right here.
Okay.
They're probably heading towards Chester or Elkhart. But that's where they're going. Our people are alive.
Wait a minute. Doesn't Chester not have like a set army?
That is correct. You would remember that Chester has
And
a
those
citizens
that-
militia, and that's about it.
They didn't seem too much like, well, they were organized. They didn't seem too much like an army.
Yeah, I mean, you guys.
I'm pretty sure it's a bigger town.
Yeah, so Elkhart is definitely a bigger town, and they have their own police force and everything. Roxana is correct. Chester, if you guys remember from like the intro and everything, Chester does not really have an organized military. They have a small town militia made up of citizens who are just, like, for instance, the shoemaker has no shoes to make that day, so he goes down to the Reeves house, is given a club, and then he gets like 2 silver for being on patrol that day. That's essentially how their law enforcement goes. And yeah, you guys can make an insight check if you want to determine kind of what that group of people was like. Like, do they resemble an army or not?
Well, they were noble, so it only makes sense that nobles live in a bigger area.
One was noble.
I don't
Beth
know.
Miller, are you going to try?
Nice.
Awesome. So yeah, Sildiel, they definitely didn't seem like professional soldiers. They seemed like something different. Vethmil, oh god, you've come across these types of freaking annoying ass dickheads before. These are those adventuring types. This is definitely a party of would-be heroes come to claim the bounty and save the town from the renegade heathen bandits out in the woods.
Motherfuckers.
In another life, you might have been one of them, but in this life, you think they're the worst goddamn people in the world, and they're so damn obnoxious.
Okay, who would have had a bounty on us, though?
I mean, I don't know who we've pissed off. I feel like that's probably quite a few people.
Maybe
Perhaps
the merchants
people
that we
let get
robbed.
away
Yeah,
from
those
our
merchants.
little, robbery.
I did let one of them live.
I mean,
We
it
know
was the
better
right
now for
thing to
next
do.
time.
It was the right thing to
right
let
thing,
those
and it might have been
away.
the stupid thing to do, which I'll have to correct, unfortunately.
Now we know
Next
you
time
can't
that
leave
happens,
anybody
we'll kill
alive.
Well, I don't want to be a murderer forever if I can avoid it. I have goals. I'm sure you all do too. I'm assuming you all don't want to rob these pieces of shit forever, correct?
One of my goals was to burn down a forest.
Yes, I know.
What if we burned down a town instead?
The town did no wrong to me yet.
Neither did the
Yeah,
forest.
but if they're the ones who had the bounty, then yes, they did do wrong to you.
And we should
You're
gun
right.
them
If it
down.
is, you're right.
Let's see.
Let's follow the tracks. Find out for ourselves.
Well, I can't stop you from burning down a forest, but I don't see the point. But you do as you will. I'm going to start
It's
following
too
the
late.
tracks.
Everything is fucking wet.
Okay, so you guys start
Yeah,
following the tracks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, with that, I'm going to go ahead and close this map and bring up the Outlaws map again. So, the tracks are leading you along this path right here. Pull up my notes. That's not what I wanted. Go away.
I want to keep an eye out for food.
Also, can we say
Okay.
we've taken a rest at any point in time?
You guys have specifically not yet taken a rest, so if you
Yes,
want to do
I
that
really
before
need
you
to
head
take a
out, you
rest.
can.
I have 1 HP, guys.
I definitely would need a rest.
Okay, while they rest, can I go look for food?
Sure, so do you guys want to do that before you head out then?
That's probably a good
Yeah,
idea.
I'll help you.
Okay,
I have
so before
some
you head out, those of you who need it, go ahead and take a short rest. Who specifically is not resting? I want to know this. Dalton and Vethmil, everyone else is?
I'm not resting right now.
Okay.
I want to stay within earshot of the camp, though, so if something goes wrong.
Exactly.
I
We
regained
can,
I at least regained my animal shape, so
Yeah, that's real nice, because you did use them both.
Night matches.
I do CM matches. I am also going to go ahead and grant short rests to these NPCs as well. They each, we're not going to roll hit die for them. I'm just going to do the average. So, 1 second here. 5, 6.
I won't get my spell slots
So
back.
Spike will
I
get
need
6
HP.
back with 1 hit die, so he's good. And Shark will get 6 back with 1. She'll use both of them to get back to full. So I'm just going to go ahead and give the short rest to everybody, but Vethmil and Dalton, you just can't roll is all, unfortunately. But you guys are pretty good. So, Vethmil and Dalton, or one of you with advantage. I need survival check, please.
I'll do it.
I'll give him with advantage, not you.
I have actually really good survival.
Yeah, but this is while you're taking your rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're resting.
Yeah, you're resting, so that's what sucks. And the good thing about me is I can find food enough for a lot of us if I get it. Same thing. Well, it's Dex. So that's
Nice.
pretty high.
18, yeah. That's really good, actually. As you take some time being very specific to not wander too far away from the camp, is there anything specific you're looking for, or just food?
Just enough to keep us by, because when I do it, I can find enough for all of us, basically.
Yeah.
If I roll high enough.
So you're able to find, first of all, let's see, I'll say 3 different spots, each with 20 berries, so 60 berries. You're able to find 20 mushrooms, 20 nuts, as well as
Nuts.
3 rabbits. Now, for the rabbits, you're going to actually have to hunt those, so we'll just make this a attack roll if you want to try and hunt the rabbits.
Kill the bunnies.
Shit, it didn't go off. Fuck.
Oh no.
Okay.
Honey.
With the
The first
7,
one I rolled
you shoot the
didn't
first one, and it just completely misses, goes wide. The other 2 begin to scurry, and you have essentially 1 more round to try and hunt those last 2. There you
Oh my god.
You know, I saw the 19. I saw that 19, so that's what I'm gonna take.
Oh yeah, me too. What the
Yeah,
heck?
I don't know what happened there because I was all ready to tell you.
It didn't fall.
That's fine. I'm still gonna give you the 19. So, all right, see you, dude.
Yeah, they're putting me on a permanent. You start Tuesdays and Wednesdays, even though I told them I can't do it.
That really sucks, dude. Glad you got to
Yeah.
make it at least, and I'm glad your character survived.
Yeah.
See you, bro.
Yep.
But you, I'll say you're able to get 1 of the 3, so you get 1 rabbit as well.
Would I have gotten to take attack rolls too, or no?
Actually, yeah, go ahead.
That's better.
Okay, you get 2 rabbits.
Bunnies.
Can I go pick up the dagger too?
Yeah.
Gotta make sure I say that.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get attacked by a giant were-rabbit or anything out here, right?
I don't know, man. The way we've been rolling tonight.
And that's the board thing last game.
Kind of.
As hobgoblins reappear.
So, I mean, just a question, because I have the party shit here. So I'm assuming those 6 spears, that 1 short sword, that bolt of silk, and that rabbit fur boots are burned, then, correct? Or they take those?
The stuff that you got before, I mean, if nobody had it on them, unfortunately,
I
it's
had the money
gone.
in a party inventory. I had that, but, I mean, it's hard for me to carry 6 spears, a short sword. The money and the other items, yeah, I can carry that, but a bunch of weapons, no.
Yeah, it really sucks. I didn't want you guys to lose it all, but yeah, if nobody had it on their person, yeah, it would be gone. Unfortunately.
Got the other things because that's legitimate, easy to carry, but not 6 spears.
Right.
Another short sword. It's not really feasible.
You're not an actual army.
I don't have the strength to do that. No. So.
Me either.
Yeah, and that's because encumbrance is so obnoxious. That's kind of what I use too. Is just the what makes sense rule. So
Common
yeah,
sense,
you're right. It
yeah.
doesn't make sense that you would have all that on you. So unfortunately, it would be burned
That's fine. No,
or taken from you. Either way.
They probably took it and added it to their armory or some bullshit.
Who knows? I mean, that's what we would have done.
Fucking adventurers, man. What dickheads.
That's okay. We'll get them next time.
This was like the main thing that I really wanted to do with this campaign was have a situation where you have to fight off like right, because that's the classic level 1 adventure is, oh, there's some bandits, help me with my bandit problem. So like I really wanted to kind of flip that on its head, and I think it worked really well. I'm really sorry that you guys got your asses kicked so hard, but I'm also kind of okay with it.
Well,
That's okay.
we robbed those guys by that bridge, so it would make sense if they were going to Elkhart.
Yeah.
Because it means that was probably a bigger trading town. I mean, if somebody put a bounty on us anyway, but he said the tracks were on the trail, it's going to be hard to, but I'm assuming it's in the bigger town. It's safe. I mean, we can
Somebody
keep
would have
tracking.
more money there to put a bounty on us.
Somebody would have a bounty. Somebody,
So are we
we
back on
robbed
the
those
road now?
people. Yeah, we're on the road, but
Alright, so we'll just like eat the berries and shit while we walk.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
Berries.
Flay
nuts,
the
and
rabbits.
It's like trail
Yeah.
mix.
Okay, so if you're eating enough of that for a day, essentially, I'll just say, let me go ahead and pull up my notes real quick.
mushrooms. Would we have?
This doesn't
does
matter.
anyone have like? Does salt exist? We would have salt, right?
Salt exists.
Salt does exist. I don't know if you have any.
I doubt
I
it.
specifically
They
don't
probably
have
would have all
salt.
burned it. They probably would have burned it.
Ah, that's true.
Your
Like,
adventurer's
to
pack
preserve,
that's
like, the
on your
rabbit.
person would
meat.
have stuff, but anything we would have had kitchen-wise was probably burned.
Yeah, I
Unless
don't
it was
like
on your person when you woke up.
I don't specifically have salt. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
like seasons or in like a pack or anything that
No,
anyone would
probably
have.
not.
I'm sure it was in one of our carts.
I mean, they threw everything away, so we're just going to have to just live off the land and travel near the road, but I wouldn't say travel on the road.
So
Check the
I'm gonna
tracks.
say because you got 2 rabbits altogether with that, the rabbits will feed essentially like a person, and then with the amount of nuts and berries you got, just wipe it all away. You guys haven't quite fed yourselves. I'll say you've all essentially eaten like half of a day's worth of food
Yeah.
with that hunt. At this point in the day, because this doesn't matter since we're doing this whole survival thing, it was, just after sunrise, so say 7 o'clock when the attack happened. Another 3 hours or so probably have happened since then, so about 10 a.m. still. You still got plenty of day ahead of you.
Keep moving.
We catch them while they're on the road.
I'd like to keep an eye out for food while we go out too.
Okay, make a survival check for me, please.
Nice.
Yeah, you're trying to keep your eye out, but you're really distracted by everything that has happened here recently. As you guys are pressing onward, I'm assuming Dalton is leading the way. Would that be a safe assumption?
Yeah.
Dalton, can you please roll me a d12?
This could go swimmingly.
Alright, cool.
Cool in the middle.
So, as you make your way to this crossroad, Dalton, go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Just basic one, I assume.
Actually, no, with advantage. I'm sorry, because you're still tracking humanoids, so yeah.
Nice.
On the crossroads, the tracks lead to the northern half of the northern fork here, rather.
Yeah, they're on their way to Elkhart.
I mean, they could still be going to Chester, but
I really doubt it. Chest is through the. If you go in as the crow flies, it'd be through those woods, and that'd be the fastest way there. If you remember correctly, we robbed them by the bridge. It only makes sense if they're held in the lower cart.
It is, by the time you get to this hex right here, that's another hour that has gone by, so I'll call it 11 o'clock. As you continue to press on, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. At this point, Dalton, can you roll me another d12? Cool. Were you going to say something there, Grady?
No.
Okay.
Never mind. I was making a Ghost in the Graveyard reference.
I've actually been shortchanging you guys here. It would be about 1 o'clock right here. I'm so sorry. My bad. I was off by 1 hex. As you get right here, another crossroads here. Dalton, would you like to roll another survival check with advantage?
Wait, Steve, did you never play Ghost in the Graveyard?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, everyone would hide, and then, like, the ghost would have to, like, go count, and then, like...
It's essentially like tag or hide and seek or whatever, yeah.
Oh, I see.
And there's, like, a home base, and then they all have to, like, run and try and get there before you get tagged.
Oh, I think I have played that when I was little once, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's a kid's game, but yeah.
I read a book about that.
Dalton, when you approach this crossroads, as you're expecting the tracks to continue to lead down this path and up towards Elkhart, you actually see it looks like they are heading down this this side road here.
It's actually advantageous for us. If they're going to the smaller town, it might be easier to infiltrate.
That's burn.
That one will be easier to burn to the ground.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be less guarded too, probably. So.
Additionally, as you... Oh, sorry, I'll let you continue, but just real quick, you are headed from a small path to not the main road, but a side road to where travel along the road is easier and quicker. But continue.
There's water not too far from here. We should probably stop by and get some water.
Yes.
And then we'll get back to the trail.
Let's go get
and
some.
then when we do that, I'll see if I can find us some more food if it's available. Maybe some roots, something. Just kind of keep us going.
Okay. How long do you want to spend searching for food?
An hour.
Okay. So, right now it is... I'm going to put you on this hex just so that I can say it's 2. Then the hour goes by, it would become 3. Go ahead and roll me a survival check there, Dalton. Okay, not bad at all. As you search for food here, I will say, just for the sake of brevity, you find enough food to finish off everyone's meals for the day. Additionally, as you guys have found this stream here, you are all able to drink your wineskin full and then fill it up again, so you'll have enough to have your full 2 wineskins for the day, and you'll be good to go there as well, okay?
Okay.
So, you have successfully found enough food and water for 1 day. It is about 3 o'clock right now.
Alright. There is some woods off the beaten path near Chester. I suggest we get there, we wait for nightfall, and then we scout out Chester.
I agree.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sounds like a plan, Stan. It seems like by the time we get there, it might be nightfall.
It'll start getting sundown at least.
It's, well, since you're on this road, it's moving, your travel moves a little bit faster. You get to these woods around 4:30 or so in the afternoon, 4:30, 5 o'clock. It's not quite sundown yet this time of day is, it's just now the beginning of summer, so the sun is out a little bit longer. Dalton, can you roll me one more d12, please?
Yeah. 5.
Awesome. As you enter on into the forest and kind of take your post there, the evening goes by without much of a problem.
No fires. Rest while you can, and then we'll need to make a plan.
I thought the plan was to burn it down.
Let's rescue our friends and then burn it down.
Let's rescue our friends first and then go from there. Bethmiel, you're the sneakiest one out of us. This clanky armor is really hindering me. We should stay close to each other and let you scout out the city once we get close. Right now, try to get your rest. Let's rest up. Let's wait till midnight, and then we go to town.
Yeah, can me and Dalton actually take a short rest here?
Yeah, for sure. You guys definitely have enough time to do that.
Wants to as well.
Nice.
Solid.
I rolled really well on mine, so I'm back to
Cool. Alright.
Got 2 hit points.
Did you roll all of your dice?
I have a second one, but I only have 3. I've only taken 3 points of hit. 3 points of damage
okay.
now.
Yeah.
I had 5, and I assumed I would have healed it all, but nope.
Yeah. I have no spell slot, but I only have 2 spell slots anyway. Once it gets dark, I'm just gonna, because I said no fires, because I don't want anybody to know we're here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look at Bethmiel and be like, you can see in the dark, correct?
Yes.
What about you, Citadel? Because I can't pronounce
I
your
can
name.
see in the dark. It's Silvio.
I need you to be my eyes.
Okay.
We hide outside of town. We let Bethmiel do his thing. Scout out. We need to be hidden. If you're within earshot of us, make the crying pigeon sound to let us know if shit is going down.
Can we decide on a sound that all of us can make?
Can
Because I can't do that.
I mean, you can just say you're making that sound.
You roll the tongue, yes.
Meow! Meow!
Oh, she accidentally slips into cat. I love it. Okay, so from the time that you get here, 3 hours go by before it's fully dark. In the second hour, you see the sun begin to set, but the third hour, it gets completely dark. As Bethmiel, you are sneaking ahead, is that correct?
Yep.
I'd like you to make a stealth check for me, please.
We want to be on the outskirts of town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let the rest of you kind of get to the outskirts as well. 1 second here.
Put your masks up.
Yep.
Hopefully they don't recognize us, but we're just hoping.
Oh, and Roxana fucks off.
How long does it take to change seasons? Is it a
After
short
a
rest
long
or is it a
rest,
long?
It's a long.
Okay.
Because I was looking it up too. Because I'm also the same race.
Might take a second to load on in. Again, some of these maps are a little large. And by a little, I mean this one's actually huge. And I'm actually not going to cover anything because you, approaching the town, get a pretty good layout. But if you see yourselves, you are up in this super tiny top right corner there. You guys are super tiny because this is the entire town. It's 600 feet long or so.
Oh my god.
This will be easy to burn to the ground if we have to.
Facts.
Everybody's talking about burning everything.
Dalton, are
Hey,
you
I'm
sure
actually-
we can't do this yet? Because look at how easy it would
That
be.
would be where I would look.
But then we might roast our friend.
So, Vethmil, you have a
That's
stealth
just a
roll of
challenge.
21. Go ahead and move yourself as you see fit.
Okay, I will start going over to this building.
Okay?
Can I see what it might start looking like yet?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Perception is not correct.
Oh
Fantastic.
god.
2. It's a building.
Nice.
You see it has some sort of like backyard area. I'll give you that, but
God, your stealth is so good, but your perception
Fortune
is so
is.
bad.
Steer away from that building for now. Slowly go over to this shack.
okay. To make another perception check if you want to figure out what's going on there.
Can it be an investigation check?
Not unless you're like going right up on it and trying to investigate it.
Damn it. Okay.
Good question.
Solid. We got another building over here.
You know,
boys.
there's kind of a foul smell wafting from it, but you're not really sure.
Nice. It's where they keep the dogs.
I was thinking pigs, but okay.
Oh, too soon.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Oh, poor pig.
Feels bad.
I didn't even think about that.
Once we rescue our friends, we should go get fucking wasted in Pig's honor.
Yes.
Have I seen anyone on the path, by the way?
You have not yet, no. After dark, in small towns after dark, you don't see a ton of people out usually.
Okay. Perception check on this round building.
That's better.
We're slowly getting better.
It's a round building. You don't smell any foul smells. It doesn't seem to have any sort of yard area. Looking at it from where you are right there, it's kind of hard to tell, but it does look... It does look like, as opposed to the rest of the buildings here, most of the buildings seem incredibly plain. This one isn't exactly extravagant, but it does seem to have more of an attention to architecture than any other building that you've seen so far here.
And how tall is it? Like, is it...
It looks to be about 2 stories tall. Not about.
Okay.
It looks to be
And
2
then
stories
these
tall.
other buildings? Just
Most of
one?
them are 1. This one in front of you right here... This one right here, it looks to be 2 stories tall, but almost everything else here seems to have only been 1.
Have we been here before?
You've probably been to Chester before, but not very much, I'll just say. There's a reason I didn't give you this map before.
Okay. I will just go up to here and look at this building then. The big building.
Alright, one more perception check. Nice! You know, this building is actually somewhat lively. You see lights inside, you see, you hear some noises coming from inside there. Every once in a while, you see somebody enter on in or exit on out. And the front door right here, on the other side, you see people carrying drinks. You do see a few people sitting at these outdoor tables as well, as it's nice out at the beginning of summer. Seems pretty clear that this would be the inn.
It's pretty clear what, John?
That this is the inn or the tavern.
Okay, yeah. Would I know that if anyone in my party has a guy's kit?
I do not.
I mean, you would probably know if anyone does, so.
Yeah, I don't.
Does anyone?
Nefarious
That was
did.
a lot of no's.
Nefarious could have helped you.
The dice kick.
Shit now.
Then I won't walk in there yet. I will then walk over to this giant estate. I don't want to walk over to this giant estate anymore because that music is scary.
I just switched the music because I realized I wasn't on my suspense playlist. That's all. Don't worry about it.
Things got real quick.
My bad. My bad.
Games, I know what that means.
Yeah, I'm like,
Why is the boss music playing? Why is the boss music playing? Yeah.
Arrows start flying at you.
Yeah.
Well,
Quick
these are
save
nice.
happens.
Right, yeah,
Lag.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, I'll go over here and make a perception check to see if there's like people guarding or also specifically looking for the crest.
So are you looking at this big place?
Yeah.
This one here? Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Koa's internet died, so he'll be back later.
Oh no.
Oh, that feels bad.
So no, you don't notice any of that. However, you know, you do notice like this wall here is like a half wall made of stone, only about 3 feet tall or so. It would probably do a terrible job of keeping any of your party members out, except for Freak. Not that she's a party member, but an NPC there. She would probably have a hard time getting through because, you know, she's tiny as shit.
Saying she's in prison.
This looks like a very wide opening here. It doesn't look like this wall is meant to keep anybody out, more as decoration than anything. With a 7, you don't really notice much more than that, but I will specifically say you specifically do not see any torchlight or anything like that coming from anyone or anything around here, except you do see 2 lit sconces bordering what are probably front doors to this building, but, you know, with a 7, you can't really make out more than that.
Okie dokie. I will go ahead and hop over the wall.
Yeah, no problem. As you're now in it, as you walk past some of these, like, stone, like, gray pieces here, you find that you walk over some earth that's a little uneven, some grassy dirt area. As you look to your right, you see this gray stone at the base of the stone, like a stone slab almost, standing upright. At the base of the slab, you see flowers.
So these are graves then. Do they have writing on them?
Yep. As you inspect it, you definitely feel pretty confident this is a graveyard.
Are there names on the tombstones?
Yep.
Can I read one?
Yeah. Is there something specifically you're looking for?
Yeah,
it don't have
name of the
lady. Iron Ridge is what you're looking for. You don't see
yeah.
the name Iron Ridge written there.
Okay. On any of the ones like near me, I'm not gonna.
Yeah. No, you don't
read all of them, but okay. Then. What is there a common name?
Kinda, like, you see a couple of them, there's a couple grouped up together, here and there that have the same last names, right? But it just seems to be like families who have been buried next to each other.
Okay. Then I will slowly creep up a little bit more. And you just said just these 2 were lit up, right?
Yep.
And am I in the light yet or no?
So you'd probably be in, like, the dim light at this point, released from the torchlight. Okay.
I'll just peek out and try and do one more perception check if I
Go
can.
for it. Yep.
Hey Steve, is it cool if I close this window? Yeah,
I mean, you do see that there are 2, like, lit sconces bordering a closed door in front of you.
Garbage. Okay. One more thing over here, because this is bigger. I don't know if there's a point in that.
Nope. They're just gravestones.
Okay, that's just a gravestone too. Okay.
Yep.
Then I'll come over here. I'm gonna cross the. There's no one on the path still. Do I need to make a perception check?
No, I'm not going to make you make a perception check for that, but you don't notice anybody on the path right now, no.
Cool. Then I'm gonna cross over here, and I'm just gonna take a look at that. This thing.
Make a perception check. Yeah. Nice.
Great. I got a 17 on the thing that I knew was a damn stage.
So, I mean, I will say here, you notice. Let me take a quick look here.
It's a gallows a bit.
Oh, there we go. You notice it's a large platform, okay? It does contain, like, it can be used as a stage. However, off to the side of the platform, you see a couple of sets of stocks, as well as at the back of the platform here, behind this curtain, which, I mean, there is no actual curtain there, but this is the graphic I had. Right back here at the back of it, you see a large brass bell. And then over to this side right here, you see a what looks to be some sort of, like, notice board. No, and Steve, no, it is not a gallows. You don't see any.
Oh, I'm not
any gallows there. I know. I just heard what you said. You do, however, see kind of tucked away in the corner with a 17. Yeah, you do, however, see tucked away in the corner what looks to be a chopping block for executions if necessary. But it looks. I mean, to be honest, it looks like it's been sitting over there in the corner for a long ass time.
That don't mean it ain't gonna be used tomorrow.
Okay. Is there... No one's right here looking at it, right?
17, I will say you do notice two... 1 second here.
My dark vision only goes 60 feet, just so...
Yeah, but it's not complete pitch black, right? It's dark,
Okay.
but it's not... Like, it's night out, but it's not complete pitch black. You do see two people. They seem to be conversing with each other, though. But they do look like they might be guards. Militia guards, of course.
Okay. I was gonna go mess with the chopping block, but not anymore.
No, you would. You would.
I'm gonna go see what this building is all about now, too. That doesn't look like it's big enough for, like, a boat.
Okay. Yeah, you see there's this, like, a large wheel that is currently inside of the river, and the The river is flowing down this way and rotating the wheel. You can only assume this is a mill.
Okay, that's pretty boring. I will go reconvene back with the squad. And relay all the information that I found. I'm not too sure what this thing is over here. Seems like it's a graveyard, but not 100%.
Alright,
There's
so we
just
have
like
a
a
graveyard,
Someone's a
the
stake.
inn.
And the inn's over
Okay.
here. Some nasty smelling thing is over here. Don't know what the fuck this first building is. Oh, I didn't even see this. I should go look at that real quick before. I'll be right back. I didn't look at the bottom of the map, apparently.
It's a very Grady thing to do, actually.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check there as you're looking over it. I won't make you drag your token over right now.
Oh, okay, well.
Oh, well, you just did.
Nice.
Nice. You see, there's kind of like the two main roads into the main stretch of town kind of culminate right here with this large patch of dirt. There's a large building here. Off to the side of the building, you see a stable with a couple of horses currently in there. The horses are kind of in their stalls with their faces looking outward. This large building, though, has multiple different entrances. 1, 2, 3, 4 different entrances. 3 of those entrances are on this side right here, and are kind of like right next to each other, almost like motel doors, seemingly. And then there's the main entrance right here. It's looks to be a home of some sort, and is definitely the most well-built, well-made, well-maintained building in this town.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, there is a 6th door around the back.
Okie dokie.
Did you notice any
information
carts? Did you notice any wagons or anything there? Clearly, that's
Would
like
there
probably.
have been wagons in that stable?
You didn't notice any wagons right now, just horses, but I will actually say there do seem to be... There's, let me see how many people are here. 1, 2, 3... There are 6 slots in there. They are all full of horses, and then there are 2 more horses outside.
I wonder if those are our horses that we stole. I mean,
They're still ours.
Let's burn it down.
Did any of the horses look like they took damage? Or like hurt?
No.
Like,
None of them look hurt.
Ripped up or anything?
right. Alright. So we don't know where they're at. What about...
Probably go to the tavern.
You're an elf, though, right?
Yeah, and a pretty weird one.
You're probably gonna stand out. I'll go.
Yeah, I'd
I'm
stand up.
gonna doff my armor. I'm gonna take it off.
Yep.
I'll hold it
'Cause
for you.
That's the smartest thing to do. I'm gonna wear my plain traveling clothes and in a hood. Just gonna try to dust myself up with traveling dirt, like pulling a Caleb.
Don't slap shit on your face.
What? No, just dirt and shit. The only thing I'm gonna
And
take
shit?
with me though, as far as a weapon, is like I'm gonna take my bow and arrows because I think it's normal for somebody who's hunting, who's traveling late at night to be at least armed, and I'm gonna take a short sword and a dagger. Leave my other sword there because I don't want to. I'm gonna try to make myself as inconspicuous as I can. So.
Would we have
Yeah.
anything left of like the rabbits?
Ooh. Yeah, if you're trying to like disguise yourself as a hunter, I mean, you have
Yeah,
no reason to
I
have
would've
eaten the
told them to
fur,
take it.
right? Like, yeah, sure, you've got the rabbit furs. Why not?
And I'll go to the road and act like I'm a traveler and go to the inn.
Make a charisma check for me.
Oh shit. It's not terrible, but not my strong suit either. Oh yeah. That's good. It's an 8.
So you make your way to the inn. Is anyone going with, or is it just you?
I would
think
stand
I
out.
don't
I'm also
want.
like
Yeah.
the-
Right. Yeah. I mean, completely understand not taking the elves. I was just asking, just making sure.
Yeah, Shark's a human.
They are. Yeah. Shark and Spike are both human.
With you.
I mean, I can take Shark with me then, but is she wearing like armor? I mean, make yourself as inconspicuous as you can.
And make sure
She-
whatever
I
mark
will
you
say-
have of our group is
And I have a giant spear that shoots lightning.
I will say she also is. She's definitely human. She is noticeably tanner than any human who is native to these parts.
You're gonna want to stay. You're
Okay.
gonna want to go. I mean, we're traveling.
Doesn't necessarily mean that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, if you're looking for anything that might stick out, that is something that's a little different about her. Her clothes also are more of a, like, if you think like Egyptian as opposed to European style.
I keep lagging. Can I?
I picture her like Middle Eastern kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, the empire that she's from, or the kingdom that she's from, is more like I compare it to the Ottoman Empire as opposed to like medieval England or something.
Got it. I'm as country boy as they come. So I guess I am going to keep my hood as low as I can, though.
You will
And
also
this-
know that I didn't look at this building or this building. So if you while you walk past.
Yeah, I'll make a check. I mean, I might as well.
Sure.
I mean,
The lay of it.
I am at this point. Am going to have a torch because
I just didn't want to walk around the entire town and look at every single.
Right.
No, I get it. I'm trying to be inconspicuous, but I am going to have a torch because traveling this late at night, I think it makes sense. To
Yeah, it
have a
does.
Torch, I guess.
Mhm.
Because sometimes hiding in plain sight is more advantageous. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
try to blend in.
I mean, it's 11, so much. So,
For this one right here,
yeah.
There's definitely an odor coming off of that building. Outside, you see a bunch of barrels stacked in the front and a few in the back, and there's smoke coming out of it.
Okay. A stinky place with barrels. What would that be? I have no idea.
It's not necessarily a terrible odor. It's just a little pungent.
Maybe making liquor or some kind?
Yeah, brewery or something. That's what I'm thinking.
That or like.
Hops has a pretty distinct smell to it. I don't know. Dalton's not a brewer, so I am going to. You said there was people outside the inn right now drinking.
Yeah, there's a few. There's a few at some of those tables outside.
Do I recognize any of them? Because I've got my hood down. I'm trying to be as inconspicuous as I can.
I'll let you make another perception check.
Because if they're the same people we ran into, I'm gonna just walk on down the road. So that's what I'm afraid of. That's an 18.
You do not recognize anybody on any of those tables outside?
Fantastic. So I'm just gonna. I'll come up to him and be like, "Man, I'm a little road weary. I'm looking for a place to at least get a drink and possibly a meal. So, I'm assuming this is open."
Yeah, this would be the place, friend.
Oh, God bless you. I'll take my leave. Sorry to interrupt your night.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Welcome to Chester.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's been a long day. Very long day. That's very truthful, by the way.
It has been, yes.
I'm sure you got anything for sale?
Well, I have this rabbit skin. I've been hunting a little bit.
Not sure I could do anything with that, but well.
Game's been a little sparse on the way. I normally make my living tanning and, woodworking. I have a few carvings, but not a lot on my person.
You have a few carvings?
Yes, I pull out a few of the dolls that I make that are toys for little children.
One of them is like, my kid would like one of those. How much for that?
Oh, just, copper too. Just something, maybe a drink. Buy me a drink, that'd be great.
Sounds good to me. And he hands you 4 copper. He says, that'll get you a drink.
Oh, yeah, you, by all means. It's actually pretty well crafted too, by the way, because I take my time crafting these.
Yeah, that's why they're willing to pay for it.
Yeah, it's like a little wooden statue of an angel, so, with wings.
Yeah, the one that you've been talking to there is a elderly man. He holds his hand out. He says, "The name's Saul."
Oh, it's a pleasure meeting you, Saul. My name is Bob.
Bob, if you need any work on your blade there on your way out, just walk on by the blacksmith shop in town there. Right on the center. I'd be more than happy to help you out.
What's all here, if you don't mind? I'm not from these parts. Pass them along.
Bit of everything a small little town like ours needs. We've, got the usual, a fishmonger, blacksmith like myself, of course, a baker, chandler, tailor, carpenter, fletcher, butcher, the usual. We do have an herbalist. That's, not every small town like ours has one.
That's rare in these parts, I assume.
Yeah. And of course there's the church if you're the praying type.
Occasionally, I mean, I am known to, give thanks. What religion is practiced here?
Oh, I mean, the gods are all welcome, of course, but Thetia is the one the church is devoted to.
Oh, yes. I normally give thanks to Eowyn, nature and life. God bless you.
Of course.
Life can be very important to me.
I completely understand, especially for a hunter such as yourself.
Not letting you burn down a damn fort.
It all makes sense now.
right? Yeah, makes sense. Starting to make sense. Yeah. So, I will pass. I'll be like, be with you, gentlemen. Hopefully, maybe perhaps I can talk to you later. I want to go and see if I can get a bite and check out. It's been a exciting day to say the least. How's your day been?
Same old, I suppose. Got some of them adventuring types in. They were looking to make a quick buck. Had me sharpen some weapons before they went out. I think there's some of them inside right now. I guess they got what they were after. I'm not sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the only excitement I really get. Other than that, it's mostly horseshoes. But it's nice to get to work on a weapon every once in a while, even if they do bring trouble more often than not.
What kind of trouble did they bring you?
Oh, nothing this time, but usually when you see one of those types around, you know how it is. They're in it for some money, for some fame, and then we get hobgoblins knocking on our door. You know that happened last time some adventurers came through, and we haven't been able to get rid of the threat yet.
Oh, fantastic. I have come across the trail of some hobgoblins in a forest not too far from here. You may want to be careful.
Of course, if you have any information, you might want to talk to the Lord here. Well, I'm sorry, not the Lord, the Reeve. It's his duty to look after us.
Yes, I tracked them for a while, and there was one that was particularly nasty. I stayed a good bit of distance. They whad very heavy armor and a shield and a sword. I've never seen one so heavily armored before.
Well, you might wanna check in with Mr. Caldwell down at the estate down there, down to the south of the town. He
has a justice of the peace or something like a jail or something.
I mean, we have a sheriff, yeah. Mr. Caldwell's the Reeve here, but sheriff would be Bronson. He lives at the Reeves estate as well. I think there's a holding cell down there, but more often than not, the prisoners end up at the stocks in the center of town.
I see. Yeah, that may be a good idea. I mean, I've been on the road quite a bit myself, and lost a few mates along the way, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's dangerous work sometimes. You know, bores.
That should do it.
It's all one big as a house, I tell you. It's dangerous. Be careful.
You want my advice? Learn how to turn that fur into something worthwhile. Get yourself a nice, cushy job here in town.
I may just do that. Woodworking is a hobby, but perhaps I should learn leather.
He nods.
I'll be on my way, gentlemen. Thank you so much. And I'm just gonna briefly go inside and be very careful because he told me these jackholes are here.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna keep my hood down, and I'm going to just before I go in the door, I'm just like, oh shit, I need to go take a piss. Excuse me, gentlemen. And I'll just go around the building and fuck right off.
Yeah, that's fair.
You got the info.
Dude, that was amazing.
Roleplay Steve 1.
Yeah, dude.
Rolling for damage.
That
0.
was real good.
That's fantastic. You got a lot of good info there.
So we need to burn the estate to the ground.
Alright, okay, so... Alright, so...
No,
I
the
got
heroes
some-
are inside the tavern. We burned the tavern to the ground.
Listen, these are townspeople.
I say we burn the tavern on the way to the estate.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I'd say a small building, but I'm telling you
Ready
what...
the torches?
Oh my god.
That is our leader. We have to listen.
That's not your leader, that's Shock.
No.
I'm your leader right now.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
damn it, that's
technically,
right, she's gone.
yeah.
For the record, it's only the Glorious back.
Dalton here is the leader for now.
Yeah.
I'm sure when we get Nefarious back, he'll want us to burn it to the ground.
I'm sure you will too, but...
Nefarious would be disappointed if it isn't already burned to the ground.
Anyway. Shaking my head. Well, I I managed to gather that these are pretty simple people, to be honest, and I think our friends are being held at the estate where you saw those horses. The adventurers are in the inn, so if we're going to do something like burning something, for fuck's sake, jeez Louise, I would pick something far away from that building.
Well, at the estate, I saw 3 entrances on the east side and 1 on the south.
You know, maybe it really is a good idea to start a fire.
It's
Cause
a
a
great idea to
diversion.
start a fire.
There were 4 on the east side, 4 to the south, and
4
then
on
the
the east
main
side,
entrance on the north side.
Also, if there's
They had,
horses
they
there,
had
we can
horses.
get our friends and steal the horses and run.
Do you know how to ride a horse?
I can
Yes.
ride a horse.
Yeah, so I don't.
I'm not great at it, but I'm sure I
So-
can ride one.
Well, either way, they have a. You said that they had a stable, so that means they have straw. Straw burns. If we get close enough over there, throw a torch in there, and then slap the horses, that's bound to garner attention. But
Well, the horses are at the estate, and we're not trying to burn the estate down right now.
well, the estate though has our friends. But if you want to take some of that straw, if we can get it, there's a building like. There's a building over here.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, I can try and steal some straw.
I mean, you're the firebug in this case. I'd say the rest of us should set up position, and
Where are we starting the fire?
This
there's
house.
a house right over
The
here.
house.
Don't we want to start the fire a little bit farther away? Like somewhere still close, but far enough away that they go there and they won't be back in like 5
I mean,
minutes.
this building looks pretty flammable.
Or you could burn the stockade.
I feel like starting a fire at the brewery would be quite the scandal. I feel like everyone would be rushing to put
It would
that out.
burn very easily too.
It would.
I don't even know if it's a brewery. It just smelled. It had barrels.
We should probably confirm, but I vote brewery.
Well, we better be careful. They don't really have much guard, but the inn and the tavern is very lively. Good gentleman there. Good gentleman there. Managed to make 4 copper pieces. That was cool. Maybe I should give up the life of a bandit and sell these toys. Safer.
Far less.
Although if we
exciting.
don't do this really sneakily, if we try and start a fire, we'll have the guards and the adventurers on our ass.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Dalton gives up this,
Planning out.
turns to a life of toy making, changes his name to Blinsky, and finds himself in Barovia.
Fantastic. makes doll for Jordan.
Yeah,
Gets bullied by guy with deformed hands.
Ismark, yeah. Or not Ismark, sorry, Ezek. My bad.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he's a twat.
So I think what I'll do is I'll redon my armor because I'm probably going to need it, and then clothe it, cover it back up, and if I take an arrow and light it, we might be able to shoot a few arrows onto the roof and start catching it fire.
That's true. That's a good way to do it because then we're not anywhere near there.
Yeah, we're nowhere
I
near
want
it.
to be.
Do you want to do that while
Where are
I...
you going to be standing to shoot the
Yeah,
arrow?
probably. I mean, I can be up to 300 feet away for crying out loud.
You should probably be back to the
Yeah.
right. Ready.
That moment when you're like, nah, I don't really need to put this whole thing on a grid. I don't need to scale it. It's never going to be a thing. Glad I did.
And then we want to burn things.
You know, you know what happens with every good plan? As I learned last week, things can go wrong. Very
Yeah, that's
quickly.
You can just go say hi to the boss that you're not supposed to run into.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, magically.
Alright, so are we burning stuff?
I mean, if we can get the townspeople's attention.
Yeah, but what I'm scared of is the townspeople and then the guards and then the adventurers. And then they're all looking for
Their
us.
asses.
Yeah.
What?
Well, they'll all be running towards the central point, the central diversion where we want them to go. As long as we get in, get out on the horses, and away, we should be fine.
You have thieves' tools, I assume?
Yeah.
If they're asleep, but... The adventurers are in the inn. They're busy, they're drinking, they're probably drunk by now. If we can get over to the Reeves' house, there's probably only 1 or 2 guards inside, hopefully. I'd say let's not cause a big diversion yet. Let's see if we can use some quiet stealth and see if we can break our friends out. If it's going to be impossible.
Brilliant. We'll set the place ablaze as we leave. They'll be too distracted to follow and chase us. I like the way you think.
Yes. God damn it. Right.
And then we need to make a camp far, far away from here next time.
We have nothing, to be honest, so it's not like it's going to take much to make a camp.
Yep.
We're going to be sleeping in the mud for a while, but better to be alive than
I've dealt with worse.
Than pig.
otherwise. Yes.
Poor pig.
Too soon.
Aw, poor pig.
She makes like a
Fuck
sign
you, Grady.
of like respect to her god.
Shark
R.I.P.
kisses the
pig.
holy symbol.
All right. Move out.
Listen, Vethmil cares about his allies while they're alive still.
I care
No
about the
light.
allies that are alive and dead. I don't really care about anybody
I
else.
follow you.
I doused the torch, and like you two, you are.
I'm sorry, Grady. You didn't care about him while he was still alive.
Yes, I did.
No, you were like, nah, he's gonna die. It's fine.
No, I had big. Well, I mean, what am I gonna do at that point? There's like 17 things surrounding it.
Fuck you.
Not gonna-
We did also leave him to die by like hobgoblins too.
Yeah.
Poor pig.
Even if there was nothing around him, I wouldn't be able to drag his heavy
I
ass
know.
back to-
I'm just fucking with you.
We are a very weak party, by the way. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, your ranger's your tank, guys.
That's
I mean,
not
that's how my ranger
good.
is in my
Yeah.
game too.
I am
so.
not a tank. I am
My
not a
ranger
good
in my
one.
game is the tank too.
All right. So,
not a
what
good
is
tank,
the
fellas.
plan? What are you guys doing?
All right.
Trying to get close to the
Want me to
estate.
sneak in the estate?
We go together. No lights. Douse the torches. You two, your eyes. Shark, you with me. Be quiet. Be close. Let's get in.
All right.
Get out. Get gone.
Vethmil, you've done nothing to break stealth, so put yourself wherever the hell you want to be. The rest of you guys need to roll stealth checks if you're trying to stealthily get close to the estate here.
I am gonna
Oh,
go
God.
to the back.
What do I roll for stealth? Dexterity?
Dex, yeah.
I mean, I didn't roll great either, so
I am so sorry.
we aren't
Damn
stealthy.
it.
I mean, Steve, do you want to have your armor on for this?
Yeah, he said he donned it specifically,
I know,
so...
but-
I
back
was,
on.
I was just saying you could take it back off.
I mean, Spike just rolled a 19, so, you know, there's that.
It's a 10.
But yeah, Shark and
Seven,
Dalton
man.
were terrible. Sildiel was much better. Let me... You were a
I
21,
was a
so let me
20.
take a group DC. 1 second here. You guys are probably going to be okay, actually.
I really need to switch armors because the scale mill's nice, but I'm still getting cracked, so I need to go back to something.
So on a group DC, that's still like a group average, that's 13, which is still better than average passive perception. So you guys are fine. Put yourselves where you want to be.
All right.
You guys can move Spike for me as well, because this is your plan, not mine, so...
And just so you guys know, the main entrance is at the front. There's an entrance in the back, which I'm going to. And then there's 4 on the side over here.
Yeah, you said there was more entrances on the east, so east is where I think.
Yeah,
it's
on the side,
smallest.
they're kind of lined up almost like motel room entrances, right? Like, to where there's doors that just kind of like exit straight on into, you know, the road. Just all kind of lined up there in a row.
I'm just gonna use our hand signals and just be like,
Yeah, I
check
don't
it
think I did this for you guys, but I really feel like I should. Everybody knows Thieves Camp. I'm just gonna do that.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, I
you
feel
guys
like
are
that makes
fucking
sense for
bandits,
bandits.
so
Okay. I'm
Oh,
gonna
John,
write that down in my
I
cell.
also took the criminal background.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just Discord message you this later because it doesn't actually matter right
Okay. Hey, Sparkster, you moved Spike for me, which is
good.
awesome, but okay, cool.
I didn't. Steve did. He just
Oh,
left
awesome.
me there. But I just moved it. It's fine.
Thanks, guys.
Oh wait, you said to be with you, oh all-powerful leader.
Shut up.
Oh,
You're alive, are you not? You want him to get out, correct?
absolutely.
Follow my lead. I use my hands to motion to Grady to go and see if he can start checking it out to get inside.
All right, Vethmil. You are taking a look at that back door.
Yeah, first I just want to see if it's locked.
It is locked.
Cool. Then I'm gonna go to these 4 and see if these are locked.
They are all locked.
Okay. Then I will start unlocking them with these tools.
All right, are you starting with his back door?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a dex. Is it a dex check?
Of course, Grady's unlocking the back door. That's what he does.
And I have expertise with it, so it's.
You
plus-
damn right you do.
Twice, so that's plus 4, so 14.
Does
14.
Rose do the best from behind?
With a 14, it takes you a second or so, but you are able to unlock the back door.
Okay, and then I'm not gonna open it yet.
Okay.
And as I come over here,
So the back door here and all of these other doors, actually, it's like a. It's not like a padlock or anything. It's an iron lock that locks inside the door, almost like what we kind of have today, with a standard locking mechanism. Just saying.
like a bolt.
No, not quite a bolt. Kind of like a bolt. I'll say yes, like a bolt. Sorry. I'm
as I
like,
come over
no,
here-
but yeah, it really is.
I'm gonna motion to Sildio.
Okay.
Right, that's her name?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna point to my eyes and then point to the door that I just watched, or unlocked.
I will say each one of the 4 doors back here also have a small window in the top of the door.
I'll motion to the others and let them know that he unlocked that back door.
Alright.
And then I will duck underneath the windows and just make sure no one can see me.
Yep.
They look out the windows.
Mhm.
And then start to unlock those as well.
Look inside the window.
Oh yeah, the second one, it doesn't even take you any time at all. It's intuitive. Same with that
Nice.
one. That one takes a second or two, but yeah, not a
Well,
problem.
that's actually a 19.
I gotcha. Yeah, and again, just intuitive. You're popping these like crazy. No problem.
So all 4 of these are unlocked. I am going to now stealthily look up into the windows to see if it's just a room.
Okay. You're looking into the first one here.
Yeah.
Perception, please.
Like I want to make sure they can't see my head. Like I just
I
wanna
understand,
Look at, the
yeah.
corners and not,
You've already rolled your stealth, so I understand, yeah. Go ahead and roll perception, though.
You're so bad at that.
I mean, you are so preoccupied with making sure that you are not seen that you don't really get any details of the room. I mean, it opens
Is
into
there
a
light coming
room.
from inside?
Not right now, no.
Okay.
At this point, by the way, guys, it's been a couple of hours since you first started to enter the city, so
that's late.
it's getting late. Yeah.
That's better for us.
It's better for us, actually.
I will
Yeah.
wave Dalton back over here. And I will let everyone know that all the doors are unlocked. And then I will come back over to the
Did
back.
anybody check to see if there's anything in those doors? Any guards? Anybody who's up and about?
I can go take a look.
Your eyes are better than mine in the darkness.
I'll go try to look in the windows.
Okay.
I rolled like garbage.
Fucker.
I
I'm
mean,
proficient in that.
there's definitely a room on the other side of this door. It's not just a hallway or something, but I mean, you're again so preoccupied with making sure you're not seen that you don't really make out any details of the room.
I'm gonna go back and say, I'm sorry, I can't see anything in detail.
We have no choice. We go in. Be quiet. Hand signals only.
Which door?
No speaking.
Beth Meal, let's go into the back. We'll try that first. Unless those are cells, but you didn't give me the impression that they were cells, so...
I think we might want to try the 4 doors because if they are just rooms.
Well, then I'll try.
I was gonna wait for you guys to go in and before I was gonna go in the back door.
Peek in there and try my best.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, so before you actually open the door, you peek in. You see a small, this one right here is currently unlit room. You see a door against the far wall, about 10 or so feet back. In the far corner to the right, so like that would be like the northwest corner, I guess, is a small table with a chair at it. Looks to be like a writing desk. And against the left wall, the south wall there, is a bed. At the end of the bed is a footlocker. And then to the north there, just like closer to you than the writing desk is like a wardrobe. On the bed is currently a man covered in a blanket asleep.
Those aren't cells. They're probably guards or family members. They're not there.
Yeah, that's not where we want to go.
Proceed in the back door.
All right.
Go for the dirt hole, Grady. You got
Is there a,
this.
is there a window in this door?
There is no window on the back door, no.
Okay. I will slowly open the door. And
Okay, you open the door. I need you to make a stealth check for opening the door. Popcorn, you're crazy late. That's still a 10, dude. Holy crap. You rolled a natural 2 and it's still a 10. As the door creaks a little bit when you open it, but luckily, you don't see anyone directly on the other side. As you open up the door, you see a small hallway. On the right side, you see one door, and then only about 10 feet forward, the hallway branches off to the left. It turns to the left, rather.
I will go to the left, and then
Okay.
I will motion to the others to follow. Yeah.
As you follow the hallway, as it turns around to the left, you see a set of stairs coming from that climb upwards and downwards, I'll say. Yeah.
I'll go downwards.
Okay.
Down.
As you go down, the set of stairs goes down one level, about 10 feet below or so, before culminating in a iron door to the left.
That's probably what we want.
Okay. I will go up to the iron door. And
The iron door has a like a window, but the window has bars in it. Like almost, obviously this is what you're looking for, right? It's a prison, like almost like a prison cell door with those like bars, just like where an eye slit would be almost.
Okay. So can I look through that?
Yep, make a perception check. Dude, don't worry about it, Popcorn. It's fine. Vethmil, as you look through the doors, you see a hallway, iron bars, but that's about it. I don't really know.
I'm opening the door. Is it locked?
It is definitely
Care
locked,
anymore.
yes.
Nice.
Not
Open that
anymore.
Right. I'm gonna hold him there, and I'm gonna peek through the door
All
or
right.
attempt. Because clearly he's got the dex, and I've got the perception. So
Hey.
like,
Me and you. Me and you
Dream
are the
team,
perception
right?
ones.
Here's the dream team.
It was supposed
Nice!
to be Pig.
Yeah, damn. It was supposed to be Bethmill and Pig. Oh, because Pig had good wisdom, because he was a cleric, and he was also kind of
I didn't want him
sneaky.
to die. I wanted to actually do
Oh,
things.
god damn, that's so fucking sad.
Yeah, you could have Pig's ass in here. too.
Damn.
Damn it, Pig.
His drunk
I'm
ass
so
gonna
sad
want
he
to power
died.
chat
That's
and everything.
okay. As Grady knows, I have such a long list of NPCs. It's okay.
Oh my
But,
god!
like-
It was like we were scrolling through that damn thing for like 10 minutes.
I'm so sad. I miss Pig. I loved him so much.
I'm sure he'll come up with another fun one.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably gonna make him as a PC at some point. Like, I just love that
Amazing,
character
yes.
so much. Anyway, Dalton, as you look through the window, I guess you see.
The walls.
Yeah, you see about a 5-foot wide hallway, and then on the other side of the hallway is currently a stone brick wall. But as you kind of like peer down the hallway, it changes into these iron bars, which are the front of cells. Definitely.
Do I see any
As you
guards in
peer through, you see a single guard. Looks to be like halfway dozing off in the corner. You see against the far wall are the iron bars. Against the near wall is just like a long wooden bench. He seems to be in the corner, slumped on the bench, like halfway snoozing right now.
I'm gonna motion back to my party and be like, one guard, halfway asleep.
Yeah,
Kill him.
kill him.
Grady, it's time to be an asshole.
Rogue's gonna rogue.
All right, I will take out my daggers
Do your roguey thing.
and
I'm gonna make the
sneak
call. Man, being a bad guy is hard. It really is.
Hey, Novastel, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Hopefully we are entertaining. It's been an interesting episode, session, whatever so far.
Very interesting episode tonight. Yes.
Yeah.
I enjoy playing like a bad guy.
A lot of roleplay this one.
Yeah. All
I
right.
like roleplay.
Vethmil. What are you doing?
would I get advantage on this?
So, you open up the door and sneak up to the dude. You've already rolled your stealth, which is impeccable. So, yeah. Advantage on the attack.
Surprising the shit out of- oh god.
Oh, we suck ass.
I get another attack based
There we go. That's
do.
much better.
That's better.
That's much better.
As you, like, hold his neck back and begin to make the attack, he turns his head towards you, eyes white, and you drop your first dagger because you rolled a fucking 10, a natural 4 with advantage, so you drop the damn dagger. With your offhand, though, you do hit. And your sneak attack?
Oops, I rolled 2 on
Oh
these.
wow. I was gonna say.
Okay, but it's
Roll
the
max
it's the
anyway.
11, which is how many hit points a guard has.
Yeah, like this guy.
So, as his eyes go wide and you drop your dagger, you're like, shit! You grab your second one and just stab it right in the jugular. As he grabs hold of his neck right there, you see the blood beginning to flow down as he just chokes on his own blood and begins to try and scream out, but is unable to as you've cut the vocal cords. And you watch the life fade from his eyes as slowly
I wave.
he slumps down, dead.
Like,
kill
I
him.
wave goodbye to him.
Bye bye.
I mean, you successfully do
Kinda
so.
like, kind of like twiddle my fingers.
Let's get them.
Go, go. Unlock.
And I pick up my dagger.
You pick up your dagger. As you turn around, you see there Nefarious, Hammer, Varen, and Freak all chained in the cells behind you.
Go, go, go.
Jesus Christ.
That's a
Damn it.
10. That's
Oh my god.
It's an 11. That's
So-
a 14.
The 10 and the 11 you break your thieves' tools.
Oh,
Oh, shit, check the guard. Does he have a
I'm
key?
sure he has keys.
Yeah, I'll investigate him.
Make an investigation check.
Oh my god, Grady!
I'm going to bed.
I'm gonna go up and check.
He
his
has
bag.
a club and a chain shirt and a leather
I have
helmet.
shit in this, but I'm gonna try and check him.
I'm taking that chain shirt.
There we go.
And
There you
he
go.
has a set of keys. Additionally, he also has a pouch currently containing 3 silver pieces.
I'm taking it.
I'm gonna take that. Can I take that chain shirt, please?
Yes, you
can
can.
have that.
He's dead, so yeah.
That chain
I'm gonna go over and start unlocking these cells as quietly as possible.
You unlock the cells, no problem.
I'm gonna make the guard hit himself in the face.
You do so. And with that, as you unlock the cells and free your party members, it's 3 o'clock, so we are gonna go ahead and call it.